What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. So Bitcoin is once again breaking out, trading currently at 12,075 US dollars. Gonna get the stream started here. Things are getting crazy pretty quickly here in the crypto market. Things are extremely bullish right now. Also, Ethereum has officially entered bull market territory, guys. Ethereum is now in bull market territory as well. And Bitcoin is breaking out again above 12K. So this is getting pretty epic, guys. So we got Bitcoin breaking out, Ethereum in bull market territory now, breaking above the previous high from June. So this is awesome to see. This is awesome to see. Gonna get the stream started here in just a second. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Just making sure the stream is starting properly. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, I didn't have much time to get this set up. Just trying to get the stream pulled up. And we got Bitcoin hitting 12,100 US dollars. All right, here we go, guys. This is amazing. A Saturday night pump. Last night we did a stream. It was a Friday night pump. Now we have a Saturday night pump. It is just continuously pumping, guys. This is a bull market. Guys, we are now entering a bull market. Things are getting extremely epic very fast. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. How you guys feeling? This is pretty awesome, isn't it? Welcome back to the stream, guys. Definitely smash that like button as you're entering the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bitcoin currently trading, just hit 12,115 US dollars. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. All right, guys, so we're gonna get the stream started here. I'm gonna let people join in. I'll be back in just a moment. Stick around. I'll be right back as people join in on the stream. I'll be right back, guys. Smash that like button for 12K Bitcoin, 12,100 US dollars.
Big things have small beginnings.
Man, oh man. What is up, guys? Bitcoin now trading at 12,000, above 12,000, hitting 12,134 US dollars. Unbelievable. Bitcoin is very likely entering a bull market, guys. For a lot of people, this is kind of unbelievable, right? It's been years. We have been waiting years to see this type of price action again, and it is finally happening, guys. It is finally happening. And it's happening a lot faster than a lot of people expected, which really, that's pretty much how Bitcoin goes, right? Bitcoin is always surprising, right? Bitcoin always brings surprises. Just like after the bear market, when we hit 3,100, we were sitting at 4K. 3 months later, we're at 13.8K, right? We just had the global pandemic. Bitcoin hit 38.58. A few months later, 12,000. Incredible. Absolutely amazing, guys. It's amazing to see this happening right now. Finally getting a break of the macro structure to the bullish side. Awesome to see. See if we can get some a little bit of music playing possibly as we get the stream started. All right, so let's take a look at the weekly chart. So if there was ever a macro signal to tell you that Bitcoin was bullish, it is this one right here, guys. A multi-year downward sloping resistance line, a multi-year pennant formation, lower highs for years on end, continuous lower highs on the macro structure, and now a very, very intense breakout taking place, putting us into a higher high formation, now trading above 12,000. Just making sure the music is good. So we were talking about if we broke above the 786 that we could actually be headed towards potentially the high again at 3.8 or 13.8K. We just broke above the 786 fib extension, now getting above these weekly candle closes here, potentially looking to continue the push. At this point, if we continue up, guys, if we break above 12,136 or whatever, we'll probably hit 12,300. If not, guys, test 13.8K once again. Just making sure the music is good. I didn't have too much time to set this up. Everything's happening really fast. I was actually out today with friends on a lake, boating, hanging out, having a good time. And I'm sitting there on my phone just watching crypto absolutely explode. Also, guys, Ethereum is now in a bull market, right? So, when Bitcoin hit its high at 13.8K, Ethereum was hitting its high at $364.50. Now Ethereum is breaking out into a higher high above that previous macro high. Ethereum is, guys, this is bull market. This is a bull market for Ethereum, right? A lot of people who are newer to analyzing and trading, they tend to think that you have to hit an all-time high to be in a bull market, but that is not the case, guys. A bull market does not mean breaking the all-time high. You can have a bull market below an all-time high. The only thing that a bull market really means is just continuous upward trend, right? A continuous upward trend. And now Ethereum has the chance to do this, right? Ethereum now has the chance to enter a true bull market, right? Creating higher lows and higher highs, breaking up above previous macro structure, right? So if Ethereum is able to continue this, right? However it plays out, if we can create higher lows and higher highs, right? I'm not saying that it's going to dump. I'm just saying, if Ethereum can continue to trend up, this is a bull market, right? Bull markets can take place below the last all-time high. And in my opinion, according to the correct definition, Ethereum is now entering bull market territory, right? So this is pretty great. So we're also testing above the 786 fib extension. So we're going to see right now, guys. We're going to see what happens. Bitcoin currently testing back below 12K. So let's take a look at what's happening there. Looking at the hourly, we do see some resistance here. So we're going to see what happens if we come back to test some of these previous resistances, if we can continue to get a bounce, continue to find support or not. We're going to find out right now, guys. Also, another great performer right now is Chainlink. Let's pull up Chainlink. As you guys know, Chainlink is one of my favorite altcoins. Chainlink actually just ran up to $8.47. So this is, guys, this is what I've been talking about for Chainlink. We broke above the all-time high, saw a major impulse to the upside, turned resistance into support. And now what we could be doing is actually, here, let me pull up the daily. What we could be doing right now, guys, is actually forming a larger scale parabolic trend. And this is what we've been talking about for Chainlink in all of my previous videos, is that if Chainlink can continue this bullish structure, this could very well be a larger scale parabola forming right now, guys. And the fact that we only spent less than a day around that $6.60 level right here, to me, that's extremely bullish, guys. To me, that's extremely bullish that we spent less than a day here, saw a lot of demand, got bought straight back up. There was a lot of interest in Chainlink during this moment here. Got bought straight back up, and now we're continuing up. So Chainlink is very likely looking to create a larger scale parabola at this point. And the next target is the 2618 at 11 US dollars. So even from these prices here, Chainlink could be seeing another 30% to the upside on that next target, right? And if Chainlink does hit my upside target of 11 US dollars, then potentially we would come back to retest previous resistance as new support, and then look for that next parabolic low, just like we saw a parabolic low right here, most likely, right? So this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for Chainlink right now, a larger scale parabola. And it looks like we are creating, we're getting an impulse off that potential next parabolic low. So Chainlink is looking really good in my opinion. Chainlink is looking really good. And right now we're finding a little bit of resistance at the 786 fib extension for Chainlink. That is currently where we just found resistance. So if we can get above that, we'll be testing the highs again, the all-time highs. And then from there, guys, we're going to be looking to create a larger scale parabolic formation for Chainlink. So let's see what happens here for Bitcoin. This is getting interesting. We just saw some sellers step into the market above 12K. Obviously, 12K is a great place to be taking profits, right? If you're a trader and you've been riding this up, 12K is a fantastic place to take profits. So I'm not surprised to see profit takers right here. Let me take a look at chat. Haven't seen chat. Guys, welcome to the stream. This is amazing. The crypto market is absolutely booming right now. Kevin Belanger in the chat, always in the chat. Unreal, it is unreal. CZ6CZR, what's up? My name is Bitcoin and I like to party. This is definitely looking like a party to me. Guys, definitely smash that like button for 12K Bitcoin and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yeah, guys, everyone's talking about XRP. XRP is absolutely bouncing right now. It's not really mooning yet, but it is having a really nice bounce. We'll take a look at that as well. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, some people in the chat right now are saying, my portfolio is green, right? Because a lot of people have been holding Bitcoin in the red for a long period of time, right? A lot of people, bought in 2018, 2017, 2018 at the highs. A lot of people were buying, after Bitcoin ran all the way up. They were FOMOing in at these prices, right? And now most people are now in the green, right? So the sentiment is really good right now. The only way you would be in the red if you're buying Bitcoin is if you bought the top of these wicks or if you bought literally the peak of the 20K run. Other than that, guys, no matter where you bought Bitcoin throughout Bitcoin history, you are now profiting, right? Bitcoin is an extremely profitable asset, and it has been for the past 10 years, has a great track record of being extremely profitable. If you have the patience, guys, if you have the patience, Bitcoin is extremely rewarding. You just got to have that patience, right? And you got to understand market cycles. Just looking at chat real quick. Yeah, guys, I mean, 12K is a psychological level. Psychological level. You're gonna see some profit takers here. You're gonna see a little bit of uncertainty at 12K. I mean, it's a pretty big level. Anthony M in the chat saying XRP BTC is the trade. Yeah, one of our Discord members. You know, I've never been a huge fan of XRP, although I have said that in a bull market environment, it can see some good gains, right? It can perform really well in a bull market environment. So Chainlink looking like it's going to create the next parabolic low. Let's go to XRP real quick, take a look. Personally, I don't hold any XRP. But I do think that at this point, it will probably have a good gain. I mean, it's going to probably have a really good run at this point. I just wasn't interested in it for a while because of the, you know, the model of the way that they make profits. You know, from what I understand is they sell XRP onto the market to make money, right? They sell tokens to make money for their investors. And I personally didn't like that business model, but I don't doubt that XRP is going to see a huge moon shot in the near future. So yeah, XRP is breaking the long-term downward sloping trend, right? For a while there, XRP was not a great asset to hold, but finally, guys, and this is actually something that I said for many months now. I said, even though I'm not really interested in XRP, I said, I gotta say, there is a ton of accumulation. There was a ton of interest in XRP at 11 cents, right? Just above 11 cents. Look at that volume, guys. A lot of accumulation taking place. A lot of people interested in getting XRP at those cheap prices, right? You know, this was a long-term descending triangle pattern, which is inherently a bearish pattern, right? And this was another reason why for a long time I was, bearish on XRP because, this is a descending triangle. Inherently bearish. We broke down, found a ton of accumulation, and now we're breaking out above the long-term downtrend. And as we know, guys, XRP can see some crazy pumps. So I would not be surprised to see XRP hit some higher targets here. And if you really want to get bullish on XRP, if you just do your fib extensions from high to low, I mean, your first major fib extension target is coming in just below 90 cents, guys, right? Of course, you can, for XRP, you can always target the previous highs, the previous resistance points. You can always target these, and you're most likely going to hit these targets. But the next major upside target from swing high at the peak of the bull market, swing low in the bear market, is just below 90 cents is your first major upside target, which is also coinciding with the resistance point from April of 2018. So if we just mark up the percentage gains for that, I mean, for XRP, that's, 168% to the next upside target, to the first major bullish target. Just the first target, 168%. Some great gains, guys. So I do think that XRP probably could see a really nice run. Personally, I don't hold any, but I'm seeing the potential now. And in bull market environment, guys, XRP can see really aggressive bullish price action. So definitely keep an eye on that. And I know a lot of people that have been buying recently, so congrats to all you guys that are making really good gains right now. If you caught that low for XRP in this accumulation range, I mean, looking at that volume, it was an accumulation range. Amazing for all you guys. Just looking at chat real quick. We got DIY investing in the chat. What is up, dude? How's it going? Yeah, I know you're huge on XRP. You're big on XRP, and you guys are being rewarded now for your patience, which is cool to see. I think I made a comment on one of your tweets. I was like, I'm not really a fan of XRP, but if you make money, I'll be happy for you. And it looks like it's happening now, guys. And I think DIY investing had a leverage trade or something. From one of your videos, I remember you said you took a leverage trade on XRP. So if you still have that position, I mean, you are absolutely ripping this trade right now. Really nice pump there. Atozi is in the chat. What is up, dude? Yeah, Link looking pretty good. So Bitcoin right now is seeing a little bit of resistance at 12K, which, you know, it's kind of expected. 12K is a psychological resistance. As we know in crypto, you know, guys, crypto is a speculative market, right? A lot of it is based on speculation, which means, you know, it's a lot of psychology. And when you hit these whole numbers, you know, people get a little bit hesitant. You know, some traders out there are like, man, maybe I should just be taking profits right now. Some people are taking profits, but we're not getting any immediate dumps just yet. Stalling just around 12K right now. Oh, Ryan Mills came in with a 5. Ryan Mills, what's up? I think you were watching the stream last night too. Any insights on taking profits on Link or Ethereum? Well, guys, like I was saying, so let's just go to Ethereum first. So if my understanding is correct, and Ethereum is just now entering bull market territory, which from my analysis, Ethereum is just now entering bull market territory. You know, why would I sell anytime soon, right? I mean, I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the macro trends. And we are just now getting our first signals for the macro trend, right? Ethereum is now entering bull market territory, right? We're breaking into a higher high, right? And again, you don't have to break above an all-time high to be in a bull market, right? This is now bull market territory for Ethereum. So if Ethereum is just now in the long term, right, the macro trend is setting up for a bull market, I mean, I'm not looking to sell anytime soon, right? I'm looking to wait for market development. Most likely Ethereum is going to enter an uptrend. And what I'm going to do, guys, to determine when to sell crypto, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be analyzing mainly Bitcoin, and I'm going to be looking for the classic signals. And, you know, a lot of my viewers should know this by now, but there are some classic signals in bull trends for Bitcoin that we see repeatedly. For example, guys, check this out. Some of you already heard me talk about this. You know, Bitcoin entered a parabolic trend, right? Going parabolic. Let me actually just get rid of these EMAs so you can see this a little bit better. But this is how I'm going to determine when I'm going to sell. So Bitcoin entered a parabolic trend. We break the parabolic trend. If you guys are long-term viewers of this channel, my first few videos on this channel was just saying, look guys, we broke the parabolic trend. We're likely entering a bear market now, right? And also the volume came to a peak. We peaked in volume, price action halted, we reversed, we broke the parabolic trend. That is a clear indication that we reached a climax in a motion and there was no demand left to keep the prices higher. And then after that, guys, we enter a descending triangle pattern, which is classically a bearish pattern, right? So you break the parabolic trend, you create a descending triangle pattern. All of this, I mean, for many months here, this was a giant sell signal, right? And then interestingly enough, guys, same thing happens here. We enter a parabolic trend. We break the parabolic trend. And then what happens? We enter what could be, you know, some people say it's a symmetrical triangle. I would say it's a descending triangle. And we break it. Check it out. The psychology is almost the same. Very similar stuff. And not only is there a peak in volume at 20K, there's also a peak in volume here at 13. Right? And even at the low, there's a peak in volume. And even at this low right here, there's a peak in volume. Guys, volume is the #1 macro trend signal. Here, I don't think you guys can see it on the screen. Let me pull it over. Guys, peaks in volume is like the best way to analyze tops and bottoms in the market. It is so important to understand this, right? So the way that I'm going to determine, Ryan, you asked the question, When do we sell? Well, I'm going to be looking for trend development, right? Let's say Bitcoin enters some kind of parabolic trend, right? If we see stuff like this happening where we're breaking parabolic structures and we're seeing these types of peaks in volume, right? And then we're creating descending triangles, like, you know, bearish market structure. We create bearish market structure. That's what I'm going to be selling. That's my sell signal, right? And this is just, you know, in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. I'm not looking for short-term targets. I don't care, right? I'm looking for the long-term macro signals, trend breaks, market develop. Bearish patterns developing, and that's when I'm going to sell, guys. And guess what? When it's time to sell, I will become the most aggressive bear you've ever seen, right? A lot of people have been saying to me recently, Kevin, you're just always bullish. Why are you always bullish? Guys, I'm not always bullish. In fact, I was bearish for this entire time. If you go back in my YouTube channel, I was bearish since we broke this exact trend line. I have everything on YouTube. I was bearish all the way to this low. Same thing right here. Once we broke that trend line, I was bearish all the way to 7.2K, right? I became more bullish here. Then we had this crazy pandemic fake out. But, you know, I'm looking for these types of signals. So this is how I'm gonna know when to sell. And to me, you know, a lot of people, they look at the lower time frames, they look at the 4-hour chart trying to determine when to sell. You know, as a long-term trader, that you can't do that. You have to look at the bigger time scales. All right, so we are getting a dump now. Let's check it out. A nice aggressive pullback for Bitcoin here. This is pretty interesting. So let's pull up the fibs. So this does look like a local top. All right, so Bitcoin now pulling back. Just above 11,000 here. So we broke below previous resistance, didn't hold it as support. So we're going to see if we can hold the 382 fib retrace. If we can hold the 382 fib retrace, that's fine. I mean, overall, guys, you know, Bitcoin is very volatile. This type of price action, I mean, I was just talking about the larger term timescales. This type of price action happens routinely. It's not a big deal. At this point, now that we're seeing this happen right here, we'll probably end up creating some kind of sideways consolidation, most likely. We'll see, though. And again, as a long-term trader, guys, this type of price action really is not that concerning to me. This is just routine for Bitcoin. Yeah, it would have been nice to see us continue up, but you know, 12K is now acting as a psychological resistance. So let's see where we find support. Coming up on the 382 now. We'll probably end up, probably what's going to end up happening right here is we'll find support and then wick back up. You'll probably see a wick form in this area. Most likely, we'll see. We're now seeing a lot of selling. So people are getting emotional now, obviously. So we're breaking below the 382. Aggressive selling here. Most likely we'll see the price wick, we'll see a wick back up. That's what I would expect at this point. Just looking at chat. Dominic says, my bad for the dump. Oh yeah, Crypto Morpheus. I'll take a look at Digibyte. You were asking about it. I'll take a look. Everyone's like, what's happening? We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Guys, this is just classic crypto volatility, though this is a pretty aggressive dump now. Let's see what kind of buy orders get filled. It definitely looks ugly. Now at 10,600. Let's see if we can find support. Let's go to 4 hour. Some whales just stepped in and just took a dump. Ethereum now trading at 350. So we're immediately on the 4 hour. The RSI is going all the way, is almost hitting oversold territory already on the 4 hour. So yeah, well, let's see if we can get a wick here. So we actually touched directly off the 50% retrace from low at 9,005 to high at 12,134. We just wicked right off of the 50% retrace. Now we're finding a little bit of support on it. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I mean, guys, you know, this is, I mean, you got to bet that a lot of people that are trading on leverage, right? People that are trading on leverage that have just took leveraged long positions on Bitcoin, you know, just FOMOing into Bitcoin with leverage, which again, guys, I never promote leverage on this channel, never have. I always advise against it, but they just got, you know, huge liquidation candle right here. I mean, we're just steadily trending up. Huge liquidation candle for all of the leverage traders. So like I was saying, guys, at some point we'll find a support and there's probably gonna be a wick back up, and now this is the wick, right? So now we're gonna find support, most likely. How fast did this take place? When this happened, I was looking at the weekly chart and I didn't even notice this happening. So this happened within 2 3-minute candles. Within 2 3-minute candles, we go from 12K to 10.55. But we are finding support here. We do have some support. It's going to be interesting to see what happens on Monday when the stock market opens. How is it, you know, are stocks going to remain bullish? Is Bitcoin going to remain bullish with stocks? So let's take a look at the S&P actually. So Bitcoin now above 11,000 again. So the S&P right now is actually only, the S&P is only 3.47% away from the all-time high. So at this point, it kind of seems likely that we might actually break into a new all-time high for the S&P. Looks like we did find some demand for Bitcoin around the 10,550 level, now bouncing back up above 11,000 again. Guys, this is classic crypto activity, classic market activity in crypto. What if we just get somebody coming and says BitMEX squeeze longs? Yes, definitely, guys. As Bitcoin was trending up just now, man, everything is going crazy. Going back to the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin was steadily climbing, right? Suckering in leveraged longs and then liquidating. Exchanges make a ton of money, right? And this is, guys, this is why I never advise, I always advise against leverage, always. All right, so right now, this is interesting. Ethereum is coming back to retest. Ethereum is right now retesting the high from July of 2019. That is this is a crazy 30-minute candle. Going from 410 to 325 in one 30-minute candle. Unreal. But we are seeing a huge wick right now across the board for all the top coins. Gotta change the name of the title of the stream now. Bitcoin pumps and dumps, question mark? Yeah, everyone's now gonna talk about the CME gap. I don't think so, guys. We'll see. I mean, where's the CME gap? People are talking about it at, what, 9,700? I don't know, guys. Yeah, the Ethereum, look at the Ethereum 30-minute. I mean, although if you had buy orders anywhere down here and you got filled, I mean, that's an immediate 16% gain. We are seeing some good support come in, right? I think a lot of people are seeing this as an opportunity to buy. I mean, Ethereum already coming back up to 380. Bitcoin back up to 11,200 almost. So it does seem like we are seeing people taking the opportunity here. Yeah, we'll see, guys. I mean, this could be a local top, which means that we might see at least sideways action, at least. Chainlink also sold a wick down to $7. Damn, everything just took a hit. Guys, let me know in the chat, what do you guys think? Is Bitcoin going to create a sideways consolidation? Actually, I'll give you guys these options. If you think that Bitcoin is going to recover and rally, click 1. If you think Bitcoin is going to trade sideways from here, click 2. If you think Bitcoin's just going to straight dump from here, click 3 in the chat. Age 8 Productions has been sub and veer for years since the early days. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that donation. Age 8, shout out to Age 8 Productions. Oh wait, I missed a bunch of stuff. I think I missed a bunch. Polynesian USA comes in with the 5, says, I bought Link a few months ago because of your TA and I'm up really big on it. That's awesome to hear. Polynesian USA coming in with 2 donations of 5, saying that he's making a lot of money holding Chainlink, and that's awesome. Wood Division Camp says BitMEX squeezing longs. Yep. And that's kind of the downside of the crypto market. You know, the leverage exchanges allow for huge pumps, which is cool, but also huge dumps. You get best of both worlds there, right? So the chat right now seems to think that, let's see what the chat thinks. Chat seems pretty split. So I think there's a big split between, so it seems like most people think that Bitcoin will either bounce and recover from here, and then, so that like 50% of people think that Bitcoin is gonna rally from here, and the other 50% in the chat think we're gonna trade sideways. and then a very smaller group thinks we're going to just dump from here. I mean, yeah, 12K psychological level. Some of the whales probably thought good place to take profit. And the exchanges just made bank on that, right? Love Ass 2 coming in with the 5 says, hey man, I have 400 invested in Bitcoin and I bought Ethereum at 332. Should I sell my Bitcoin and invest it in Ethereum or have both? Well, I'm not here to give financial advice, but holding both is fine. Why not hold both, right? Because sometimes Ethereum is more bullish than Bitcoin, so why not? Why not have some diversification? In the long term, from here, Ethereum will probably produce more gains than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is a more surefire bet anyway, right? So I would hold both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why not? Craig Neve says, hodler's market. Yeah, in a sense, right? Because if you're trading this on leverage right now, unless you're really skilled and you know what you're doing and you have experience and you know how to nail these trades, this volatility is killing you if you're trying to like long, Bitcoin on leverage here, expecting some sort of continued moonshot, which, it could have happened. We could have seen upside, but guys, leverage trading is just always dangerous. Personally, I thought we were going to be testing up towards at least 12,300. We didn't quite get there, and then we dumped. I think that was one of the previous wicks from... Man, there's just so much data right now on Cryptowatch that things are moving slow here. Let's see. Yeah, I was expecting this run to go to this wick, this previous high, but we didn't quite make it, and we saw some whales take profits. But guys, again, lower time frames are one thing, but if you just zoom out to the larger time scales, it looks fine, right? We have this crazy dump, but from a weekly perspective, things still look pretty good. And if you're looking at it like this, right? We have a really nice break of the macro trend. So let's just mark up that downward sloping resistance. Nice impulse above the multi-year downward sloping resistance with resolution on the downward sloping volume trend, right? So this is very likely setting the impulse for the next major trend, which in my opinion, I think it is to the upside. And everything still looks intact. Everything still looks fine. So we actually just hit overbought territory in the weekly, but that does not necessarily mean that things have to reverse, right? You can remain overbought on the weekly for an extended period. Doesn't necessarily mean this run is over. We have this short-term crazy wick that we just saw. The degenerate leverage gamblers this always happens at some point, right? I didn't expect it to happen during this stream, but of course, I mean, it's Bitcoin, right? These things are bound to happen at some point. The degenerates going 100x at 12K just got ripped, right? But from a weekly perspective, things still look really good. And, just not too long ago, we were all very happy to see Bitcoin hit 11,200. So in my opinion, everything still looks great. And we're not really we're not seeing too, I guess we have on this weekly, what do we have? 19 hours left. This will be an interesting weekly close. 19 hours left till this weekly candle closes. We'll see where it closes. It would be nice to see the close happen, around 11,600. Or if you take out your fib extension, it would be nice to see the close here. I guess if you're using the 786 fib extension, it's around 11,726. That's where I would prefer the weekly candle to close. So that we have 19 hours to close at 11,726 for like a very bullish weekly close. Though even if we don't get that, it's not a huge deal. We'll see. Ethan says, you know what would be nice? 20K. Yeah, guys, I mean, things, you know, it takes time, right? It takes time. RIP FOMO buyers. Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if we get a bounce back. I would like the weekly to close at 11,726. We may not get it now. We have 19 hours left. So Bitcoin now experiencing a bit of a setback. Chainlink seeing a pullback. And now Ethereum coming back to retest the breakout zone. So right now, guys, Ethereum just had a breakout, right, to 415 and tested the highest prices it had seen since August 9th of 2018, right? Now we're coming back to retest that again. So we're just hanging out right along that breakout level. Again, guys, you know, it's easy to get caught up on the shorter term timeframes, but personally, I'm not too worried. I mean, it's a crazy wick, but I'm not too worried. Definitely looks ugly. Definitely looks ugly. But that was a direct hit right off the 50% retrace. Now finding support. What's up, guys? We have 1,032 people watching the stream right now. Definitely hit the like button. Subscribe. I know it's not great to see Bitcoin dump, but you know we were just you know, at above 12,000. Things were euphoric, and bam, longs get liquidated across all the major leverage trading exchanges. And this is what you get, guys. This is what you get with leverage trading. Just looking at chat, I think I've missed a lot of chat. Can you take a look at XRP? Let's see what XRP is doing now. Some people are interested in seeing what XRP is doing. You guys, this is what I was saying. We were gonna, you know, at some point when you see dumps like this, you find support and you wick back up. That's kind of, as we were dumping, I was saying that. It's kind of what we're seeing right now. Yeah, again, guys, if you're in this for the long term, I really wouldn't care about this price action. Personally, I'm not worried. Disappointing, but I'm not really worried. Whoops, wrong one. So XRP back at 28 cents. I want to go back to Bitstamp. Keeps doing that. You know, this is really laggy right now. There's so much happening. Kevin, what phone app do you use to check prices? I actually use Cryptowatch on my phone to check prices. Because it's really nice if you just type in cryptowatch.ch, or you can type in cryptowatch.com. It should link you there. It'll just, you know, it pops up with the home screen with all the prices of all the top coins. It's just, you know, that's just what I use. I mean, I've been using Cryptowatch for years. It's just my preferred platform. And if you guys want to sign up, it's free, guys. And you can also trade off of all the top exchanges. It used to cost money to do it. Now it's free. So you can sign up for Cryptowatch for free now and use all the cool features. So XRP just dumped back to 25 cents. And just like every other crypto, has found support and is now wicked back up. We got a Darth Maul candle for XRP on the daily. A Darth Maul here. So I guess the last major swing low at 16 cents to swing high. Let's check this out. So just like Bitcoin, actually, same thing. Since the last major swing low to swing high, I guess you could, I mean, depends on how you want to fib it. What makes more sense? I would say this swing low at 16 or 17 cents. Just like Bitcoin, we retested the 50% retrace and now have wicked back up. Bitcoin as well, 50% retrace, wicked back up. Now finding some pretty good support. I know some people in the Discord, in our Discord, had buy orders set at some of these levels. I think one of our Discord members actually set a buy exactly along this area, which was like around 10,500, 10,600 actually. So that Discord member is now up already 6.5% on this Bitcoin entry. Guys, definitely join the Discord. Just waiting to see how this develops. Was it Grayscale or BitMEX? I mean, guys, you never, things are pretty erratic. You never really know. How did this dump happen? I can't, I'm just looking at the chart. There's no way I can really know. But, things like, for example, we're steadily trending up. And then a big miner wants to take profits, maybe. And as we're trending up, there's a lot of people piling into leverage longs on leverage trading platforms. And as we're trending up, people are piling into leverage positions. And then, this is just an example. A big miner wants to take profits, they dump. And then there's a cascading liquidation effect after that. You never know. You never know really why something happens, but that's just one way that something like this could happen. And that's just how things go. Oh wait, Crypto Morpheus, I hope you're still watching. I still haven't checked Digibyte for you. What has the most history for Digibyte? I haven't really looked at this recently. I would never leave you. What's up, dude? So I'm looking at, I don't know if Digibyte to USD on HitBTC really is the one. Maybe Bittrex? Yeah, Bittrex is better. I mean, Digibyte actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I mean, you had bear market lower lows. There was a lot of accumulation taking place. And then what do we have? So during the global pandemic, we had another lower low form for Digibyte, found support and rallied up just like everything else. There's no major swing high here on this chart. I don't know which exchange has the most history for it. I don't really analyze Digibyte. I guess, I don't know, maybe this swing high. Well, the interesting thing is if you go from this swing high here in the accumulation range to the swing low at the bottom of the global pandemic crash, Digibyte has rallied all the way up to the 1618 fib extension target, and that's where you're currently finding resistance. Finding resistance right along it, which is also a pretty major support area right here from 2018. So this is the type of area, I mean, this is the type of structure you need to be breaking, these major support levels. So if you can get above the 1618, which is current resistance, and you can get above this previous support level before the breakdown in 2018, then things can get extremely bullish for Digibyte. Somebody was just asking about Digibyte, so I'm just looking at it for them. It looks pretty good, actually, and it's holding up pretty well right now, it seems. The community for Digibyte seems pretty strong. Pretty strong. So we're already wicking back up to 11,334 right now, guys. Bitcoin hit on the 4-hour time scale the 50% retrace from the last major swing low. Found support, rallied up. And guys, literally, if you guys were watching the stream as we were dumping, literally as Bitcoin was just coming down, I was like, guys, at some point we're going to find support and just wick straight back up. Because I've seen this happen 1,000 times, right? Literally this is exactly what I said as we were dumping. I said we're going to find support and wick back up. And this is exactly what we're doing. I've seen this exact thing play out like 1,000 times in front of my eyes. This is a classic liquidation dump for the exchanges. I mean, that's just like, you know, I probably could do these types of trades. I've done some pretty successful trades during dumps like this before. Actually, if you were in my Patreon, in the, for Ethereum, when was it again? Something exactly like this. I'm just kind of just rambling at this point, but something exactly like this took place not too long ago in 2019, I think it was. And I made I literally shorted and bought this crazy dump. I forget where it was. I think maybe it was actually, I would have to check. Actually, it might have been here, February. I would have to go check the Patreon, but I literally had a video, and in the video, I short Ethereum, it rips straight down, like some crazy percentage, and then I longed it at the support and caught it back to the upside. So these types of dumps, if you can catch these types of moves and you can identify them, as I just did not too long ago, you can make a lot of money trading these, right? As we were dumping. Again, I've seen this 1,000 times. Just remember, guys, if you have a trend, for Bitcoin specifically, in the future, if you have a trend like this developing over time, for, you know, a few days, few weeks, right? It's just steady, and you come up to a point and then you see a huge dump, right? Once you see that major support come in, it's pretty safe to long. It's pretty safe to long it and make a quick buck on the bounce, right? But you have to know like when the support's coming in. Seems like we're recovering pretty nicely already. So again, you know, from the weekly time scale, guys, things look fantastic, right? Weekly time scale looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with what Bitcoin's doing right now. Short term, things are tons of turbulence. It's nuts. If you're trading leverage, I feel sorry for you, unless you're making a ton of money. Crypto Morpheus coming in with the 2 says, enjoying beef sticks with wine. Good show. The crypto market is definitely putting on a good show tonight. Things were looking amazing. We crossed above 12,000. Personally, I was feeling pretty euphoric. I was like, I'm going to go live. This is awesome. I go live. Then we just, within like 3 minutes, we just snap down. But it is what it is, guys. Overall, if you're looking at the weekly chart, things look great. There's nothing wrong with what Bitcoin's doing right now. Pretty classic, honestly. We have 1,250 people watching. Definitely hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And also hit that bell icon so you know when I go live and when I upload videos. If you guys didn't check out today's video, definitely check it out. Actually, in today's video, in the intro, I said we were at like 11,700. I was like, we're probably going to see prices like 12,000 in the near future. Well, we saw it, but we got a dump. So I wasn't wrong, but I didn't expect this dump. But again, guys, I'm a macro trend trader. I don't really care about what's happening, you know, within this little area here. Not really a concern. Thoughts on the flash crash? It's just classic liquidation hunt. You know, I mean, it's just... I don't think anybody really expected that. I don't think anybody was really waiting for that. Maybe a few people were. I don't think anyone was expecting anything like this, right? But we'll probably, you know, maybe we bounce up, pull back, retest 11K again, something like that, trade sideways. We'll see. Pretty epic dump though in the 30-minute. Usually what happens now at this point is you'll see some kind of, because we don't really have all that much volume here on this current 30-minute. So there's not that much volume yet right here on this 30-minute candle. So usually what will take place during moments like this is you'll see just some sort of pattern develop. Maybe we'll probably test back down to like 11, come back up, like just some kind of, we'll just have a little bit of play within this range, most likely. That's usually what happens. So at this point, guys, really what it all comes down to is just being patient and seeing how it plays out. Of course, everyone has different goals. Some of you guys out there might be short-term traders. Some of you guys might be long-term. If you're long-term, I wouldn't really care. So let's bring up the EMAs again. So we're still well above the 10-week, 21-week EMAs. And, you know, ultimately, guys, you know, of course, we want to hold 10,500. Right? We want to be able to hold that previous supply line. If we break below 10,500, that's not a good sign. But so far, we're pretty well above it. Because, you know, basically, guys, what happens is at these resistance points, you have a lot of sellers that step in, but people are getting their buy orders filled as well, right? So, people are buying, filling sell orders, right? And then there's just too much bearish pressure, the prices reverse. But all of those buyers that stepped in here to fill those sell orders, you know, those orders are now flipped to support. We broke above it. Now, all those people that bought at these levels that were down for a long time, those buyers are now the support, right? So all the orders that were filled along this resistance, that's where the support is sitting. So we want to, at the very least, hold 10.5K. If we can do that, even if we get a pullback all the way to 10.5, if we bounce off that level, that's an extremely bullish signal. That's actually very bullish. You know, and personally, you know, I wouldn't even mind that. As long as we bounce off of it. If we break below 10.5K, that's not good. Now, I wouldn't necessarily become ultra bearish, necessarily, but it would just show weakness and a lack of confidence if we broke below 10.5K. But as long as we're above it, I think overall, guys, things are bullish, right? This is all really bullish action, no matter what we do in this range. We can do whatever we want above 10.5K. As long as we hold it, it's very bullish for Bitcoin. We can have these crazy liquidation dumps. Do whatever. As long as we're above 10.5K, it's all good. At least for me, as somebody who is just always analyzing the macro trend. Just looking at chat. Seeing what you guys are saying here in chat. Guys, let me know in the chat, where are you guys tuning in from? Because we got, what do we got here? 1,282 people tuning in. Let me know, and it's also late night here on the East Coast in the USA. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Definitely smash that like button as well. Now again, this is not necessarily what I think is going to happen. All I'm saying is, if we end up coming back to confirm 10.5K as support and we flip this resistance as support, extremely bullish signal. Now, there's a lot of people that think we're going to come back to fill a gap at 9,700. Personally, I don't think that really makes sense. From a structure standpoint, doesn't really make sense to me that we would come back to fill the gap and then rally. Guys, we're going to be there, you know, like 10.5K as a previous resistance, as potential new support, is far more important than a gap, right? If Bitcoin is now going to enter an uptrend, we're not filling the 9,700 gap or whatever price it is. If Bitcoin is entering an uptrend from here on out, we won't be filling that, right? If this is some kind of fake out on the weekly and we have another downtrend, then of course, yeah, there you go. You got your gap fill. But, you know, guys, the market's not going to move for gaps. It just doesn't make sense to me. In the short term, sometimes gaps fill. Like sometimes there's a gap in the CME, and if Bitcoin's trading right around it, the CME, you know, it'll fill the gap. But, you know, I really don't think the market moves based on gaps. I really don't think so, guys. Bitcoin is just naturally volatile, so it's going to fill gaps naturally anyway. And, you know, there's also a lot of people that were saying, because Poke just came in the chat and said, buy the effing dip. A lot of people that I talked to on social media were like, yeah, I'm gonna buy on the next dip. Well, you just got a nice dip, right? I think it's funny how, you know, human psychology, when Bitcoin is up at 12K, people are like, oh my God, I need to buy it, right? But then it dumps and they're like, oh, I don't want to touch it anymore, right? And that's why people on average, you know, are not good traders, because they can't like get their head around that, you know, figuring out that mindset. Rationally 28 coming in with a 2 says, I hope BTC takes off like that chat did. Oh yeah, I forgot to check. So we got a lot of people coming in from let's see. People from PA, Netherlands, Japan, India, Jersey, Colorado, Ottawa, Toronto, Hungarian, Cuba, St. Louis, Colorado, Germany. We got people tuning in from France, Georgia, Tennessee. People tuning in from Malaysia, Singapore. It is great to have all you guys in this stream right now. So let's go back. So again, I was just explaining how it would be completely healthy if Bitcoin was going to continue. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen or anything, but I would actually be completely fine with that, flipping 10.5K as support. But let's see what's happening now in the shorter term time frame. And that's technically what we just did on the 4 hour. So, you know, if we can maintain that, right? If we can hold 10.5 and, you know, trade sideways, whatever, continue up, that's great. Perfectly healthy. So I guess we technically just did it. I wasn't looking, I was looking at the weekly, so I couldn't see it, but that's technically what we just did. So if we hold 10.5K, that's great. Somebody says the gap is at 9.6. Yeah, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about 9.6 right now. I don't think so. But we did just touch off of 10,500, so if we hold it, that's fantastic. And we did just see a ton of buying, bringing us right back up above 11,000. Somebody's talking about Ethereum. Yeah, we seem to be holding it. I guess Ethereum kind of just did exactly what Bitcoin did. Except we wicked straight through the previous high. But we're holding it for now. So we'll see. You know, this is actually a great test for observing the demand of the market. Because, you know, what we saw was a steady uptrend. People probably took a lot of leverage positions, and then a whale dumped. Maybe some miners dumped. Who knows, right? Somebody dumped, causing tons of liquidations. We wicked down to 10.5K. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of support there, which is that previous major resistance. Just flipped support. So you're going to have a lot of support at 10.5. So there was probably a lot of buy orders there. Stop the dump. We bounce back. And now I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good test for demand, right? So this, we're getting bought up pretty fast. So right now it seems like there's a lot of demand. Depending on how much demand we have will determine how quick the recovery actually is. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. Somebody says, will it test 10.5 again? I'm not sure. We'll see. I think we got a lot of support there. I think we could possibly see some downside, maybe find a higher low, just below 11,000 possibly, something like that. Some kind of structure here. You know, now it's most likely going to get a little bit boring, most likely. We're just going to, you know, maybe we rally up, pull back, trade sideways a little bit. I doubt we're just going to shoot up or shoot down. I think we're going to see some sideways. But what's cool to see now is that we hit 10.5K. So I was looking at the weekly chart, I didn't really realize it, but we hit 10.5K, right? Held it as support. And if you're looking at the weekly, that is the most critical previous resistance as new support. So we literally wicked down to it, hit support and bounced. So in a way that's very bullish actually. So we actually just tested 10.5, held it as support. So in a sense, that's looking pretty good. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you guys think we're going to hold 10.5K? Do you guys think we're going to hold this level? Click 1 if you do, and click 2 if you don't. And just to remind you, we actually just hit it. You know, we'll see. Somebody says that they think it's going to get violent, not boring. I mean, we're probably going to see a little bit of sideways. I don't think. I mean, after these moves, you don't just violently go up or violently go down. You usually just get a lot of chop, sideways consolidation of some sort, most likely. We'll see. That's a good question. Karthik says, will altcoins have a rally while Bitcoin does sideways? And usually the case is yes. Usually when Bitcoin's trading sideways, altcoins rally. Although this price action is a little bit different, right? It was just a huge liquidation candle. So we'll see. You know, right now I'm assuming altcoins are having a bad reaction. But if Bitcoin does trade sideways for an extended period of time, then you might see altcoins rally. But, you know, we'll see, right? We'll see. you know, the type of sideways action you're looking for is more like, you know, like this type of sideways, like this kind of like a sideways range. Not, you know, not this crazy chop after a dump. That's not necessarily good for altcoins. You know, that doesn't really bring confidence to altcoins. A great, you know, a great type of thing for altcoins is like this, when Bitcoin is like absolutely stable. A lot of altcoins, we're seeing some amazing moves in this range right here. So when Bitcoin's really stable, that's when altcoins have the most moves, usually. Unless Bitcoin has a huge rally, dumps in the long term, has like a bounce back. Somebody's got to clip that literally as we were coming down, I called it. I literally said, we're going to see support found and a wick and just go right back up. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are saying 9K. I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. People, and somebody in the chat is already calling for 5K BTC. Come on. One red candle and you're already ultra bearish? I don't think so, guys. I really don't think so. If you're looking at the macro trend signals, you know, I don't even know why I have to talk about this, but it is extremely unlikely that we will be going back to any of these low levels. What, you know, seeing these types of huge volume spikes, the whales bought this up, guys. There was like literally, it was just a straight shot back up. You had a surprise event across the world, and the whales just ate it right back up, and we've just been going just uptrending the whole time. You know, if we didn't have the global pandemic, very likely Bitcoin would have just been doing something like this. Right, we would have most likely, Bitcoin would have just been trending up like that. But we had that setback across the world. So what I'm saying is the whales took full advantage of this level. Took advantage of the panic, bought it up, and it's extremely unlikely that we're ever going to see these prices, at least not for a very long time. I mean, guys, we're still well above the macro trend resistance. This is totally a bull market, or a macro trend, a bullish macro trend signal, and still a potential bull market on the way. Nothing has really changed, guys, other than the crazy wick. And if we hold 10.5K, which we just tested, that's bullish. Now that we have 1,300 people watching, I just want to point this out again, because this is something that I don't see anybody else really talking about on any other channels, at least not as much as I have been mentioning it. And check it out, guys. This is very important. This is why I think we're not going back to any of those lower levels. 20K, peak in volume. 3,000 low, peak in volume. 13.8K, peak in volume. 38.58, peak in volume. Every major market top and every major market low is matched with a spike in volume. Very likely, guys, 38.58 is the lowest low we see, you know, before now the next bull market. And this is not really a top, right? The volume signature in this right here does not resemble a market top. Let's just get that out of the way, because I know a lot of people that might be newer to trading are freaking out right now, thinking, "Oh my God, Bitcoin's gonna," you know, whatever. If you just consider that every market top and market low is matched with a major volume spike, Guys, this is not a market top. This is actually just the first breakout in what's most likely going to be a major uptrend, right? This is not a market top. Short-term top, totally possible. Market top for like a long-term, now entering a long-term downtrend, definitely not. I mean, I can't say definitely, but I'm very confident that this is not a market top. I think we're just getting started here on the bull trend. I think we're just getting started. If you just consider that, guys, this is not a peak in volume. I think we're good. I think we're good. That signal has never failed me yet. Volume is super important for those types of, you know, really, guys, I mean, actually, take a look at this. This is pretty interesting. Take a look at this. The current volume signature is actually more so resembling the breakout from 4K up to 5. Right, so check this out. You have a downward sloping volume trend. I can't even draw this right now. There's a lot of lag because there's just too much activity. Downward sloping volume trend. Downward sloping volume trend. And on both of these spikes, right? After you break that downward sloping volume trend and you pop up, and you finally see that bullish resolution on the downward sloping volume trend. Hopefully you guys are following me here. What happens? You actually enter a major uptrend. That giant green candle after that resolution, right? So what we're very likely looking at right now, guys, is actually the impulse that's going to set the next major uptrend, right? Very similar style volume signature, right? In my opinion, guys, I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, regardless of what's happening right now. You know, it's disappointing to see a short-term dump or whatever, but all of the signals, my analysis, my macro trend, my macro trend analysis is still pointing to Bitcoin entering a longer-term uptrend, and everything still points to that. There's no reason for me to be bearish on Bitcoin right now, regardless of all the short-term stuff. I'm extremely bullish still. Isn't this pretty interesting though? I just kind of noticed that actually. Very similar volume signature. Downward sloping volume breakout sets the impulse for the uptrend. Downward sloping volume breakout in volume sets the impulse for most likely the next major uptrend. So personally, I'm going to remain bullish, guys. Everything still looks great. And I do think we'll be trending up going through the next few months. And remember, guys, Bitcoin went from 4K to 13.8K in 3 months. And from this breakout zone, you know, who knows, 10K, we'll see where we are in 3 months. Again, it's always important to keep your eye on the long term. Let me go through chat real quick. You guys, these live stream hangouts, I'm just hanging out, just talking, you know, there's no script or anything. I'm just going with whatever I want to say. I read the chat, we hang out, we talk, I interact with you guys. Usually in the first half of the stream, I say all the things I want to say. And then the second half is more so me talking to chat and just casually hanging out. Guys, definitely smash that like button. How many likes do we have? Guys, we have 1,000 people. We have 1,300 people watching, which means we should have at least 1,300 likes. Come on, guys. Let's see if every single person that's watching right now can scroll down and click the like button. That would be record breaking, guys. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel. But again, guys, I'm just talking. I just want to keep. I want to keep all my viewers' heads in the right place. Let's look at the big picture here. All the macro signals are pointing to an uptrend. Actually, just keep your eye on the prize, guys. And forget the noise. Forget the short-term noise. Keep your eye on the prize. Everything's looking great. And we're very likely looking for a major uptrend here in Bitcoin. Also, let's take a look at the stock-to-flow model. We are on track right now to continue up and create a larger scale parabolic formation for Bitcoin, most likely. Also, stock-to-flow. We actually just tested the midline of the stock-to-flow model, which means we are perfectly on track with every Bitcoin cycle. You know, the way that every other cycle is taking place, we're literally perfectly on track, guys. Everything is actually great. All right, let's take. So somebody just said, let's look at the smaller picture, Kevin. All right, let's bring up the crack charts. Here we go. All right, let's bring out that 5-minute crack chart. Here we go. Looking pretty nasty, guys. This is literally what I was saying. We're probably gonna get some kind of sideways thing. Might be boring. Maybe we test 11K again, chop around a bit. It is what it is. I like to see that we held 10.5. That's great. I love it. Even though the dump is unfortunate, holding 10.5K is great. It's a great level to hold. The most important level right now. And we wicked right off of it. It's crazy to me. People are like, come back to reality. Because this is all just short term, right? This is all just short term. It's going to mean, this is going to mean nothing soon. Just give it time. You'll forget about it. Next long liquidation, 15 to 16K, says Craig Neve. Hopefully we run up again at some point. Run up to 13.8K. Get wick down again, liquidate some longs, and then run up again. That's like classic Bitcoin. Liquidate the degenerate gamblers. Hodlers always get rewarded. Again, guys, hodlers actually are doing great. People talk crap on hodling like, oh, you're just a hodler? Well, guess what, guys? There was only like, now at this point, there was only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks. 12 weeks in Bitcoin history about that you could have bought and been in the red. Every other week for the past 10 years was a buy and a hold. The best strategy over the past 10 years was literally buy and hold. Guys, you know, a lot of people right now are getting angry that I was just making a joke about leverage getting liquidated. I'm allowed to make jokes about leverage trading and liquidation because I have never ever promoted a leverage trading platform on my channel. Not once, never. I actually advise against it. I always say to people, just avoid it, don't do it, right? just accumulate, buy at good areas of value. You know, accumulate at good areas of value for the long-term trend. You know, macro trend trading, position trading, that type of thing. That's what I'm about. I have never, ever promoted leverage. So, you know, you know, you're responsible for your leverage trades. Not once, guys. Literally never promoted it. Most channels can't say that. Most channels out there in crypto can't say I've never promoted a leverage trading platform. So Chainlink is seeing a dump just like everything else. Finding support, we'll see. It's kind of, yeah, Chainlink now on the daily looks a little bit ugly. I don't like that. I don't like that this daily candle looks like this right now. Kind of an unexpected dump. Although we're still at $7.60, so it's not a huge deal. Just like we hit $6.60, saw a lot of demand, wicked right back up. Just now, hit just below $7, found a lot of demand, wicked right back up. So there is a lot of demand for Chainlink, which is good. I mean, we still have 18 hours left on this daily, so we'll see how it goes. Guys, I'm still looking to target $11 US for Chainlink. That's actually still my next upside target. Let's go to TradingView because they have this fib extension target that I'm looking for. So if we go from high, $5.10 to low, to the major market low, what we can see is that Chainlink is actually looking to test closer to $11 US. Actually, exactly $11 US is the next upside target for Chainlink. Exactly $11 US at the 2618. The 2618 fib extension. So that's my next upside target. And again, guys, you know, Chainlink just broke the all-time high, so it's in a blue sky breakout still. So you don't really know where it's going to go. You don't really know what the target is. There's no previous resistance. So the only way that you can really determine targets is by using your fibs, because a lot of other traders are going to be doing what I'm doing right now, right? I mean, some people might be fibbing it from here, not much of a difference. Let's get that wick covered. And it's still just about $11 US. Now it's about $10.50. So really anywhere in between $10.50 and $11 US, I would suspect that 11 as a psychological resistance would be the next upside target for Chainlink. So I'm personally looking for 11 USD. And then Chainlink will very likely be looking to create a longer-term parabolic structure, right? So Chainlink, in my opinion, is most likely looking to go parabolic here. And very likely what's going to happen, in my opinion, is we'll hit $11 US, pull back to test, you know, this previous resistance, $8.90, bounce, and continue up. This is still what I think is most likely. Someone just said Chainlink is going to hit $100 by the end of the year. Guys, I don't know about that. I mean, if Chainlink was going to go parabolic, well, I mean, not 100, guys. I mean, if Chainlink is going to go fully parabolic, I mean, the highest price by the end of the year based on, like, I don't know, this kind of a trajectory, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess technically be like 70 if we just go straight parabolic. I don't think so though. I think what usually happens, guys, for these types of trends is you find a parabolic run, right? And then you end up finding a top, and then you create a larger scale structure and actually go more parabolic, right? So then you actually end up creating a longer term. So you go, usually how parabolic structures form is you have a short-term parabola, and then you break down and you create a longer term parabola. And a great example of that is actually Bitcoin in 2017. And this is very key, guys, because what you're gonna see in bull markets is you're gonna see stuff like this. So this is Bitcoin in 2017. You're gonna see these, like, you're gonna see Bitcoin going parabolic, right? It's gonna be going parabolic, creating higher lows, exponentially growing, and then it's gonna dump, trade sideways, and then you're gonna see a huge pullback. And the noobs that don't know this are gonna get faked out. But if you understand how long-term parabolas form, you understand that you have a short-term uptrend, which could have a parabola. You end up breaking that, hitting a lower low, creating a larger scale parabolic trend. Same thing right here. You have an uptrend, you go basically parabolic, you break it, creating an even larger scale parabolic trend. And this is how it's formed in the long term, right? So imagine, guys, right? You're back here in 2017, and Bitcoin's running up to 3,000. So just imagine you're, 2017, whoops. Bitcoin's running up to 3,000. And then what happens? We start trading sideways, and then all of a sudden, boom, right? You drop. All the noobs are going to get faked out. All the noobs are going to think, oh my God, it's crashing, it's time to sell. But the smart money is going to be buying that, understanding that, looking at sentiment, demand, looking at the amount of sell volume, knowing that, very likely this is not some sort of major crash. Create a larger scale trend. This is kind of what's most likely going to happen for Chainlink. So I don't think we're going to see 100, guys. We'll probably end up creating a shorter term parabola, break below it, create a longer term one at some point. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that we're going to dump back to 8 or something like that after hitting, 25. I'm not necessarily saying this is it, but this is the kind of stuff you got to look out for. And this is usually where my mind is when I'm looking at charts. I'm looking at, like, the potential for market structure like this. So we'll see. Maybe end of year, Chainlink $20, $30. $20, $30 end of year. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be great. That'd be great for Chainlink. Anyway, I'm just trying to share as much knowledge as I can with you guys to keep you guys as informed people. Because you don't hear these macro trend discussions that much throughout crypto. You don't really hear people talking about this kind of stuff on other YouTube channels. They're all talking about, they're all getting hyped, talking about short-term stuff. What's happening now? What's happening next? You got to learn what the signals are. CLG says, this is some type of great crystal ball TA, question mark. No, guys, you have to understand how to identify trends and identifying market structure. And if you have enough experience, you'll understand what the market's doing, like what type of market development is taking place based on the patterns and the trends and the volume. Like you just got to gain the experience, and you'll actually, and when you see major dumps, maybe instead of just being scared, you'll actually know that, okay, maybe this is what's happening, So looking at chat, Satoshi Bitcoin says it respected 10.5K. It did, guys. Yep. Right along it. If you had buy orders here, you made some quick gains. Again, guys, like I was saying, after dumps like this, it's just gonna be sideways. You're just gonna have some sideways chop. Most likely not all too much is gonna happen tonight. other than people discovering the price action and freaking out. How close are we to 1,000? Someone said 1,000 likes. Come on, man. I'm not sure if we're going to get it. We're like almost 700. Guys, I'm most likely going to be ending the stream soon, actually. Because most likely we're not going to see all that much now. Just some sideways. Ryan Mills coming up with 5 says, appreciate the macro analysis. Thanks for keeping everyone sane. Hey, guys, you got to zoom out. So as everyone's freaking out about the short term, I'm just going to keep my eye on the long term. As long as we hold 10.5K, things look pretty good. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream now. We probably won't see all too much action tonight now that we've already seen the dump. So I'm probably going to end the stream. Definitely hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the macro analysis and all the discussions we had. And yeah, guys, I'll see you soon. Definitely follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. I'm literally always in Discord. I'm always chatting in Discord. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Definitely, you know, a little bit disappointing to see the dump, but still, guys, we're at 11,300. The other day, we were all very happy to see these price levels. So definitely just, you know, zoom out and stay sane. And right now, the macro trend, you know, the volume signature on the weekly actually looks pretty good. Regardless of the short-term stuff, very likely this is actually setting the impulse for the next major uptrend. So just look for the bigger picture, right? Understanding the big picture can help you trade the short-term moves as well. Understanding the direction of the market in the big picture helps you trade short-term as well. So this isn't just like for me or for long-term traders. If you're trading the 4-hour, you should also be looking at the weekly and figuring out what's the direction of the market, so you can effectively understand the most likely, you know, direction it's going to take. So there's a good reason, guys, to understand the macro trends. For everyone to. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the next stream, most likely. Or video, whatever I decide to do. Peace out, guys. I'll see you soon.